Hello there, bromigos, how's it going, and welcome to another video. Today we are actually talking about my add-ons and the UI. You've requested this a lot, what's your UI, bro, can you make an add-ons guide and stuff, what you're using right now. You've requested a lot about my updated UI, and I'm gonna show you today what add-ons I'm using and how they used really quickly. Actually as quick as I can. So let's just go and jump into it. Add-ons. The first add-on is ACB cast bar that I'm using, and it's simple cast bar. It's not really special. It actually allows you to modify your Blizzard cast bar. You see, you can move around all the things that you are. This cast bar provides as an option, and it works really simple and really efficiently. I like it a lot. Some people are using Quartz or something. I tried Quartz. It has a lot of things that I don't need, so yeah. Alcoholic, it's another add-on that allows you to, after you install, you need to actually log into each char you have, and it will remember everything you have on that char. Skills, professions, I don't know, like bank storage, voice storage, everything you have on that. So when you open up Alcoholic Show, you see, when you open up, you can search any Blood of Sargeras, any item you want, and it tells you how many of that item that you're searching you have on every alt. You can also go and look out through levels, mails, it tells you when your mail's expiring, visited, and all that stuff. You have like lots of things as information on this island. I installed it because I wanted to check out, which professions I have, so I don't really do mistake and take double profession certain item, a certain guy. But yeah, that's basically what Alcoholic is. Let's move on, and the Angry World Quest is really useful add-on for me. Some people are using another add-on I've heard. They tell it's better or not. it doesn't matter, it's just a personal preference, I guess. So this is the add-on that I'm using for checking out my world quests. What they have, you can also sort it up by artifact power, emissary quests or whatever else and whatnot. And that's Angry World Quest. AskMrRobot is something that you don't really need if you are not really into gear optimizing and all that stuff. I want it to be optimized, so I installed the add-on. It actually helps a lot, to check some stuffs. Go to the AskMrRobot website and paste the string there, and it will tell you what you have in the bags, what's the best in slot items you have. And it's really complicated. I don't want to make probably I'll make a guide about AskMrRobot when I do like a simulation craft guide soon. If you want that, let me know down in the comments, but I'm thinking of making one maybe someday. So anyway, that's AskMrRobot. Attunement tracker, it's something I need for my discipline priest, how many targets have attunement, when it expires, the older one, and stuff like that. Auction profit is when you open up the auction frame, you have like post and you have auctions tab. When you go on auctions, it tells you all the auctions you have listed. It tells you how much how much gold basically you have on auction house right now. How much your items that you have on auction house are worth. It's a nice addition. It doesn't take any memory, so why not? As cast bar, I think it's required for the ACB, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just something that I was testing. Auto loot plus is something that I'm actually using on my farmers, because it doesn't open up your loot frame. What it does, it's just silently open up the loot frame. It doesn't show it for you. It makes the farming a lot faster, so it's really useful add-on. Auto loot plus, big thumbs up. BagOn, it's my bags add-on. It makes my bags basically to be one bag, so that's really also good. Bank stack is something that when you have your bags chaotically, basically just sort them up with bank stack. Left click and it will sort them back up. So it basically sorts up your bags. It's really good. You have that in BagOn, but I don't like how BagOn is sorting the things up. I like how bank stack is sorting the things up better. Because here you see you have a lot of things that you are soulbound, soulbound, then bind on equip. It will start from here somewhere, the epics. You see you have epic, blue, rare, uncommon, gray, and all that, and then you have epic, blue, everything that is not soulbound. I like it that way more. So bartender is something that allows you to modify your bars, like these bars that you have spells on, move them around, put some keybinds on, transform them, make some textures on them. Like, you can do a lot of things about the bars, you know, and it's quite helpful for me to look, you know, to make my UI look like it's now. Best in slot is a add-on that actually you need to find the items, or you know, which items are best in slot for you. It's not really still made as it should work, you know. It doesn't have the mythic dungeons on it. I mean, you can check it out. I don't want to explain it. It's just, you know, some add-on that I was testing. Bug grabber, it's also some, you know, it will not, you know, pop, the bugs will not pop up in the middle of the screen. It actually explains you what is wrong with them, I guess. Compact runes is this stuff in the middle of my screen. You see, compact runes is really good for DK. You see, this is the rune bar. This is like a priority list. You can make a priority list of spells that are off cooldown, so it will tell you, like, for example, killing machine now, and it will tell you what. See, empowering weapon, obliteration, pillar of frost, and right now it doesn't have, you know, basically it recommends you spell for you. I'm not using that part of the stuff, but I'm just telling you what this bar means. It was hidden for a long time, but then I figured, you know, empowered running weapon. I want to know when it comes off cooldown. So yeah, I mean, I have a tracker here, but just compact runes are really good. It's really good add-on for if you're DK, you know. It will help you a lot with your rotation, and it will help you a lot with checking up how many runes you have up, when the runes are coming back, how much runic power you have, and all those stuffs. And I think it's really useful add-on. Datastore is something you need for alcoholic, you know, the guy, you know, the add-on, well, actually telling you the things on your alts. EPGP, it's a guild system, point system for distributing guilds, I mean guild loot and stuff. Error filter is also some other thing about errors. Garrison mission manager, it's for basically, it tells you on each mission how much percentage you have of competition on that mission with the best combination of champions you got, or heroes, or whatever. So Garrison mission manager is really good. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Gator Mate, it's you know, it puts nodes on the things that you gather, like herbs, mines, fishing, everything. Like, for example, what I was doing last time, I think I was curbing. You see, all this, even ancient mana is being remembered. You see, rune scale koi, this is some fishing, ancient mana nodes, and all those stuff. It basically makes the nodes for you, and when you go and farm next time something, you will know where you found something before. Maybe there is something again over there again, you know. So, but you have another option of this Gather. It's called Gatherer. You know, you download and you have another addition to it, Gatherer database Wowhead. And you can download the whole Wowhead base of nodes that people are submitting, and you can see where the nodes are without even you gathering. I like Gator more because, I mean, Gator Mate more because I had another option, but I will not go into it, just so you know. Hadouken, it's an add-on that allows you, when you go and, for example, let me just show you. System, sound, let's see, voice, sound, there you go, sounds, okay. So, for example, /, slash Hadouken obliterate. Alright. Oh yeah, my sounds are lower. Just give me 1 sec. I think my sounds are lowered a lot. Alright. System sounds, music, ambience, yes, system default. Oh yeah. Wow. Look. That's basically what that does. Man, this is some noisy stuff. Alright, so that's what Hadouken does. You can apply Hadouken on Shoryuken or Tetsuriaruken or something to your spells if you want. You know, it's really good. I was having that on my Boomkin, and you know, it was quite funny. You do like Star Surge, it looks like Hadouken, it tells Hadouken, so it's pretty much, you feel like that guy that does the Hadouken thingy. Rei or whatever. Rui. Anyway, let's move on. About panel, this is some other, you know, requirement for some other add-on, basically. Interrupt bar is if you do arenas or battlegrounds, it will tell you when the, I mean, it will actually put a cooldown on the bars, on the bar for the, you know, for the ability that the opponent is using to interrupt you. So for someone, you know, for example, DK, it's chasing you, it uses the mind freeze, you know, and it puts a cooldown there, 15 seconds or 10 seconds, you know, for the mind freeze, and you know that you're safe to cast because he don't have interrupt. So that's interrupt bar. And you have Loot Appraiser, it's something for farming, you don't really need it, I think. Master Plan, this is for challenging, basically. Loot Appraiser, it's for challenging other players onto loot competitions. You know, you go and farm some place, most of you know, but for those who don't know, you go and farm some place, and all of them have the Loot Appraiser. You start the challenge, and for 1 hour, 45 minutes or 30 minutes, who, you know, it puts a table, who has the biggest item value in their bags, you know, looted from the place that you're farming. That's basically Loot Appraiser challenge. It's quite cool and fun if you want to challenge. I'm challenging my viewers most of the time with that, so yeah. Master Plan, it's also for missions, basically, on the Garrison. It's really good. I mean, Garrison and Order Hall, you know, it works on the Order Hall as well. Milk Scrolling Combat Battle Text, it's add-on that basically, you know, you can make all these numbers to show in a sexy way, or move them out of the way if it's too distracting for you or something like that. So that's Milk Scrolling Combat Text. Mythic Plus Timer, it's all those informations. If you watch like Mythic Plus videos and stuff, you see a lot of you are using the add-on that tells them how much time left for 1 chest, for 2 chests, for 3 chests, what you know, basically what dungeon you are in, and what plus it is, like plus 10, plus 5 or something like that. That is Mythic Plus Timer. NPC Scan is for chasing rares. I mean, I don't even have them enabled. Overachiever, it's really useful add-on. If you are searching for an add-on, like for example you want to track a progress of an add-on, but you cannot find it in what categories, you have a search bar for it, you know, bigger. When I was searching for bigger fish to fry, for example, for the fishing artifact, this is how I find it. And also when I was doing Unholy Artifact, Unholy Hidden Artifact appearance, when I was searching for that, there was an add-on that was hidden. I mean, the achievement that was hidden, and I was using this to find, because it tracks also hidden achievements. You know, you can find hidden achievements with the add-on. So it's really useful, because only because of the search bar it's really useful, but you have a lot of other things that you can use it for. Paste is an add-on that allows you to paste more than 255 chars in one pasting, basically, because you have limitation right now. If you want to put, like, let's say 10 waypoints with TomTom to the game, and it contains, like, I don't know, 1000 words, well, with macro or with just pasting it will not work. You know, you need to have something like paste, and yeah, it's quite useful add-on. I mean, for me. I don't know if you're gonna use it for anything, but yeah. Personal Loot Helper is something when you go like in a dungeon and item drops that the guy doesn't need but someone else needs, it puts a message in the chat. Alright bro, you don't need this item, but this guy needs it because it's item you know, item level upgrade of 20 for him or something, you know. So it basically just helps around with dungeons and all. Professions Complete, it's something for tracking daily cooldowns, you know. This is I'm using for my engineering stuff, so I can check, alright, did they use my cooldowns today, because I'm usually forgetting that stuff. So basically Profession Complete is something that you can, it allows you to add cooldowns to track them if you want to. Recount is for DPS, you see how much DPS you're doing, and HPS and healing and threat per second, damage taken, it tracks everything. I mean, everyone knows Recount, but yeah, just saying. Scrap is an add-on that just sells the gray items for you, you know. When you go to a vendor, it just automatically sells the gray items that you don't need, basically, so yeah. Server Hop, it's add-on for jumping servers. I've made a guide about that. If you write Server Hop Umren on YouTube, you're gonna find it. Sexy cooldown, it's this bar, you know, that when you use like ability, for example anti-magic shell, you see it puts them on the bar here, and they're slowly moving to the left, so you know how much time you have until the next cooldown of that kind. It's you know, being cooled off or something, so it's really good, you know. For me it's helpful. So yeah, Sexy Map, it's required for Spartan UI. I will tell you about Spartan UI later. Shared media and shared media additional fonts is for my Milk Scrolling Combat Text. You remember about the damage add-on I told you? I mean the numbers. Well, this allows you to have more fonts, you know. Simulation Craft is something I will probably make a guide sometime soon. If you let me know down in the comments whether you like it or not, I will make a guide about Simulation Craft, like how to optimize your gear, how to optimize your DPS and all that stuff. So yeah. Stat weight score, it's I mean Spartan UI is all this stuff, but I'll just move to that last, you know. Stat weight score, it's something that allows you to see how much that item is upgrade for you, you know, like compare these stats with the other stats. when you put the stat weights inside, it tells you, I will also talk about this when I do like simulation craft, it tells you how much of a big on upgrade or small upgrade or is it upgrade at all when you have your stat weights and how many of those stats you have on your char. So yeah. Stubbies, water, those are add-ons for some things that are, I don't know, dependencies for other add-ons. Target charms are this stuff. You see, you can just put the target charms on the ground just by clicking on these bars when you are in raid, of course. Right now you cannot, but when you're in raid, you can put those markers just by clicking on these squares. And also you'll have a skull, star, circle or something like that. You know, those things that you can put on the people's head, right? The target charms. All right, TellMeWhen it's TellMeWhen is the, oh man, TellMeWhen is the best fucking add-on. I mean, if you're like a normal user, you know, TellMeWhen doesn't mean much for you, you know. You can make like simple things like, okay, I want to track my cooldown on my trinket, you can put that in GG. But if you are into, you know, optimizing your UI like I am, I love TellMeWhen, man. Like, you can do so many things with it, conditions, things, tracking, buffs, and targets, and focus on everything you want on the planet. It's just amazing, you know. TellMeWhen it's something that tracks my cooldowns, tells me about the procs, and lots of things. Basically, I'm using TellMeWhen for, especially my priest. You know, here I don't really need to see much, but on my priest, when I have a lot of targets, I need to heal, and when I don't know what all those targets have and all that stuff, you know, this add-on is like, yeah. What's the next? Tipsy. It's an add-on that you know, allows you to move the tooltip. You see this square over here that pops up when it hover over? That's the tooltip. You know, it allows you to move it basically. TomTom is an add-on that adds waypoints on the map. So if you write /way, I don't know, like 30.1 and I don't know some coordinates, it will add that point on the map, and also it will add you arrow, you know, around here, that will lead your way to that spot. So yeah. Trashcan is an add-on that you can make a list. I've made a Trashcan add-on on the farming add-ons. I think it was the video. I don't know. But basically the Trashcan is a list. You know, you can make a list of items that you want to be vendored when you go over to the vendor. You know, for things that you are, for example, I was crafting back in the days. I was crafting with a herb, ancient healing potion. No, not ancient healing potion. The Pandaria potion. The healing potion from Pandaria I was making with herbs, because the herbs were so cheap that when you craft the potion you can make like thousands of gold with the vendoring the potions. Well, basically I added those potions to the list so I don't have to click them in the bags manually. You know, I just crafted them and just the add-on was you know, you can use for those. I mean, this add-on can have those kind of uses, or you can find other uses if you feel like finding, but that's one of them. You know, just want to make an example. Alright, X-Loot is an add-on that it allows you to see the loot a bit more sexy, you know, like the loot frame will look a lot better, not that old square with like cross on it, looks like shit. Well, you're gonna have better looking frame, and also you can put that frame wherever you want on the screen. You can have a lot of options. Like my X-Loot, this is how the settings for X-Loot looks like. Look how many things you can change, you know, you have like a lot of options. So oh my god, man, I'm dry today. Just give me 1 second. I want to drink a glass of water. Alright. Tradeskill Master is an add-on for gold making. If you don't know that, you hurt my feelings right now. But Tradeskill Master is an add-on that allows you to do everything you want on auction house if you know it. You know, I've made a guide. You can write TSM Mastery on YouTube, and you're gonna find my guide about Tradeskill Master if you want to. But God, Tradeskill Master is the best thing that ever happened to the World of Warcraft gold farming community in the world and all that stuff. So it's really good add-on. You gotta learn it. You know, if you don't know it already, it's just trust me. Alright, Tradeskill Master is add-on for auction house. It changes how your auction house looks like, how your auction house works like, and how much gold that auction house will give you. All that is changed by the add-on. You know, I'm talking with metaphors sometimes, but just bear with me. Anyway, Deadly Boss Modes, it's an add-on that allows you, you know, to see certain abilities and spells from the boss that you're fighting, and also, you know, put some markers and things on the on the heads of the people, and you know, it's basically, it helps you to defeat certain bosses in certain raids easier. So that's what Deadly Boss Mods does. It has older expansion parts, you have Legion parts, you have like, it's a lot of useful if you don't know what the fuck is happening with in the dungeon, basically. So it never happened to me, I always know, but you know, just saying. No, but honestly, it's a really good add-on. Just, you need to have it. If you're a raider or something, either that or Exorcist, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that was all I wanted to talk about, guys. I mean, those are the add-ons. Oh yeah, no. No, Spartan UI, okay? So Spartan UI, together with Bartender and Sexy map, you see, Sexy map and Bartender, these are the, and Spartan UI, this is why my UI looks like this, you know, all these bro fists and hats and stuff. This is Spartan UI, is the thing that makes this happen. So Spartan UI, it's the appearance add-on for my screen, and it's really good, and I like it. I was using it back in the Wrath of the Lich King, and this skin was made by Medapo for me. How we can actually do this skin is pretty simple, but it's complicated if you have no clue how to actually you know, like edit pictures and stuff. But if you know that stuff, then you need to go to the World of Warcraft add-ons folder, Spartan UI. You're gonna find the artwork somewhere there, and I think you need to change the default one, and you need to you know, preserve the same dimensions and everything, and just change those things around. Well, that is basically how Spartan UI, like why my screen looks like this, and why my screen works like this. I wanted to help you out with this video, guys, to actually know what add-ons I'm using, because you're asking me about that a lot on the stream, and hopefully these things helps you. If you have any requests about any kind of video or anything at all from me, guys, let me know down in the comments below. I have a lot of more requests that I will do for you from the previous videos you've requested from me, but for now, this was one of them, and then I hopefully helped you, hopefully gave you an idea what's happening with my screen and with my game. And if it helps you, make sure to like the video, it helps me a lot as well. And also subscribe if you haven't already, because the next coming days, lots of guides and lots of things I'm currently working on. That's why I'm slacking sometimes on videos, because I'm working on something in the background, but they're coming soon, guys. And the challenge is soon over, so everything will be in order. The million gold in 7 days, right? So make sure to stay tuned, stay subscribed, and until the next time, I've been over and forever, bro. Love you much, and bro fist. See you in the next one, guys, and over and off.